Hello guys, it's Kay Cogbill here from Paper Made Prettier. Today is online card class day, so we're going to make this cute little festive friend, a little book themed birthday card, and also a gorgeous kind of thinking of you card with some new products. So all of our products that we're using today you can find in our online store, so they're all available to you. And coincidentally, not on purpose, they're all using products that are online. So I don't really make a big deal anymore about well, I never did, about what's online, what's in a catalog. These just all happen to be featured in our online exclusives. So you're lucky because today is card class day. Instead of one card, we're going to be making 3 cards. And when you put an order in with me by Monday the 24th, then you're going to, if it's $35 or more, you're going to get the packets to make 6 cards, 2, 2, and 2, that I'm making today. You just add the stamps that we used or add your own stamps to it. If you spend $50 or more, you get a free embellishment as well. So just message me your order or go to papermadeprettier.com and order from there. All right, so let's start with our first card. Now, while I'm getting my stuff ready, I want to remind you, if you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel so you don't miss another video. I do free online card classes every month, and I also do videos every Wednesday at 1 Central. So you never want to miss one of those because you will be so sad. And if you're watching on Facebook, please share with friends. Hello, Barb, one of my loyal watchers. So happy to see you. And I will remind you to make sure and stay to the very end of the video, because that is where you're going to get to see the swap show. So I have gobs of swaps using the new online exclusives, and you're not going to want to miss a beat. All right, let's start with our sweet little card. This one is from a stamp set called Festive Friends. I knew right off the bat that I had to have it, because what's cuter than the elf, the Santa, and the snowman? Nothing in the world is cuter than that. So make sure and add this to your card. Now, additionally, what is the coolest thing about this set are the dies that go with it. So you've got dies, obviously, to cut out each of your 3 critters. And then I was like, where in the world did they get this die? It's from the Festive Friends bundle. I think it's running loose around here. But yeah, so it's got this cool little die, and I'll show you. Do I have it? My next class that is at the end of the month, we'll be using this set, and we're going to use it to make tags. I just want to show you how versatile this set of dies is, because it makes these cute tags as well. So you're going to want to make sure and sign up for this class. I'm going to put up the sign up for it today. So be on the watch for that, or just message me and say, I want to sign up for that tags class. Okay, so Festive Friends, let's get started. Now, you're going to have a card packet that's got your everything you need cut and ready. And I'm going to stamp our little friend with my stamp positioning tool. So if you have one of these, great. If not, you can just stamp them on white cardstock. We did this last night because we can stamp a lot of them in a hurry in a row. So, and it's still set up, so I'm gonna take advantage of that. Otherwise, you stamp on white cardstock and you use the Festive Friends dies to die cut him. Easy peasy. In this way, I die cut him ahead of time and then position it to where every time I stamp, it goes in the same place. So if you're wanting to make lots of cards at once, that's a fun little technique. All right, so I've got my little elf, and then I'm just going to use my blending markers. You can use any combination of red and green. I'm sticking with cherry cobbler and old olive because that is what is in the colors of the paper, the background papers that I use. Cherry cobbler is such a great dark red, perfect for our little elf. Now, I'm gonna color his hat red. Thanks, Barb. I thought he was really cute. I mean, all three of the critters in this set are cute, but the elf is the one that stood out to me the most because he just seems very friendly, cute. He's getting your gifts ready, and he's just happy. So I'm coloring his sleeve, but not the sleeve band. I'm gonna come back for that in a minute. All right, and then I'm gonna grab a green, and we're gonna color his pants. So his little pant band, and then I'm gonna come in with my more narrow marker and give him a little cuff there, and then I'm gonna go ahead and colored his hat band with this. Now it looks like I've used light old olive here. I may have used a different color on the sample. Any red or green will do, but I do like the cherry cobbler that matches this designer paper. This is a cool paper that is in StampiN'Up.com under designer papers. So it comes with this color, a white, and like a pretty peacock. So it was really sweet. All right, now don't forget our naturals blending markers. So they come in shades of 100 all the way to 1000, and you can choose kind of your skin tone that you want. So I have just going to grab one sort of in the middle and gonna color my elf. Now I'm gonna get his ears because that's part of his skin. I'm not gonna color his hair skin tone, but so the neat thing about our naturals markers is that you can pick whatever tone you want. So here's a different example, here's a different example, so you can kind of make all the rainbow colors of people's. All right, now I used the darkest brown to color his shoes because I just felt like that was a good color for shoes. And I'm gonna go ahead and color that button. I don't even think I colored the button on this guy. Go ahead and do it. And I'm going to color his hair with, I had that color marker out. I think it got in the wrong place. Let me just use this one. I'm gonna give him some brown hair. Cute as can be. Now, this person left his skin white. You can do that, but I did want to color him in. All right, now we're gonna use this tag. So this is the die again from the Festive Friends set. So don't just get locked in to the cute critters. We have a tree, and we have that cool tag. We've got this tag tab that folds around the tag. Isn't that so cute? So that's something that if you didn't get it out and start messing with it, you would never know. All right, so we're using this stamp here to get a background on our tag, just to give it some extra festive flair. And the other thing we're gonna do is something that you may have not ever done before. So grab this white piece, and then we're going to find a good juicy marker. So this is a new marker, and or it's just one that hasn't been used a lot. I don't think it's necessarily new. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna use something stationary, like my big scissors, and we're just gonna tap the barrel. You're not tapping this part, you're tapping this. And you can see it's giving like a splatter over all, and you gotta really bang it pretty hard. And you also wanna make sure everything else is out of the way, so you don't get speckles onto everything. And then look, you have that cute little speckled background. It's just fun. You've got your blends out anyway. Just get cracking with it. Now, this last thing I'm gonna do is stamp Santa's Coming to Town, because this is the elf and he is telling us that Santa's coming. He's announcing, and I'm using my Arches dies. Oh, let's do that again. That was a little off center. Much better. Okay, so Santa's Coming to Town in Cherry Cobbler. Now I'm going to go ahead and attach the Santa's Coming to Town to behind my little guy. And then I'm going to use dimensionals to pop up that guy and the Santa's Coming to Town. And let me go ahead. I've got this strip of designer paper. I'm going to make it have a little V, so you gently fold it. That's a little trick, so that your V is always the same. Then you're going to pop this designer paper onto this layer, like so. And then you're going to pop this layer onto your card base. So for my white card bases, I always use thick white. I don't know if you know that we have a basic white and a thick white, and you're going to want that thick white for card bases. It really does the trick. And then I'm going to pop down, before I tie this down, I'm going to use some of this black and gold twine. It comes with the Modern Christmas suite, and it is in the online exclusives, but it's just the perfect little touch for this cute Christmas card. So tie that just directly through, like so, and then fussy with it. Now we're going to pop this on with dimensionals, like so. All right, and then we're going to center this, and then this little guy gets popped up right here. And isn't that the cutest? So you've got your little elf Santa's Coming to Town card, and that would make your customers just squeal at the thought of Christmas coming. So make sure and add Festive Friends bundle to your cart, okay? It's a good price point for a bundle. Let's look. It is $50.25, and so that's pretty typical for bundles. All right, next, let me just show you some of the swaps that I have, because there's so many. I'm going to kind of do it between the cards. These are my additional cute cards with my Festive Friends. So you can see we can go into the little snowman. And then don't forget, you're going to want to message me to sign up for my Christmas tag class. So we're going to make 9 tags of our little Festive Friends. Now, let me just zip you through some swaps that I have. And some cards that I made myself. So this is a new set called Valentine Kisses, I think. It's in the online exclusives. This one is called Friendly Foliage. We've got some modern Christmas cards made with that Modern Christmas suite. Another Friendly Foliage card. So cutie cuties. All right, let me get these all out of the way. And we're going to move on to the next card. Again, don't forget to keep watching for our swap show. All right, let's do our next card, which is going to be our library birthday card. So, I mean, who doesn't love books? Even if you're not a reader, I don't know, books just make me feel smart. I do like to read, but books just are fun. And I wanted to use the book paper, but I noticed that the on display stamp set has a birthday for the books, and it had a little book set in it. So I want to show you the on display bundle by itself makes these cute cards. Okay, we're not making this at card class. I think your head would explode. But how adorable are these? All right, this is the dies and the stamp set together. But I'm just using a birthday for the books and you're the best. Okay, so, or just for you, a birthday for the books. So, and this paper is called Hobby Haven designer paper. And I do think it's going to be very popular. So don't delay on it because it's just been very popular. It's got like a spa theme. It's got like a sitting room, a cooking theme, sewing, and I can't remember what else. There's just lots of fun with that designer paper. I have a lot of samples with it, so you'll want to see those. All right, so I think this is really neat because this is what I've always called this fold the book fold. And I don't know if that's what it's called, but that's what I call it. And I love it because the designer paper is like the front of the card, okay? And you've got a white to stick in here, so let's do that real quickly to get it out of the way. But, so that's the inside of your card. And then I honestly usually just cut a card base and cut off everything except for the front inch because my brain doesn't math very well. Now, your piece of designer paper does not have to be 5.5 by 4 1/4. In fact, I did this 5 1/4 by 4, and you can't tell because this is closed. Does this make sense? And so you're going to see that, but that's totally fine. Because then you can get 6 cards out of a 12 by 12 paper versus 4, all right? So you're going to line up your designer paper with the right-hand side of that card base, and then you're going to put your adhesive over here. You don't want to get it too close to the center because you see there's a little space there. So just get some adhesive down the left side of that little flap. Make sure you're still lined up over here, and you're just going to fold this down, okay? And that is simply how to create a book fold. I love it, and it's for books. Now, I love this, but I also just wanted to pep it up with a little bit more of our Hobby Haven paper in a coordinating pattern. So I just took a 1 inch by 5.5 inch strip and put it down here. Now, if you're watching and you're wondering, what are the measurements for these cards? I want to make them at home. When you are my email subscriber, then you will get the tutorials for my card class for free. So all you have to do is sign up for my email list. I will put the link to do that in YouTube and also on Facebook so that you will be able to sign up for my email newsletter. You're going to want to have that for those free tutorials. That's just a little cute little designer paper that goes in there. Now, I've used the Hobby Haven dies. They're brand new to cut out this larger tag. So, and I've used pecan pie for that. And we're going to, now, it's a good idea when you're using these clear stamps called photopolymer stamps, the ones that you can see through. It's a good idea to have a mesh stamp and pierce mat underneath it. And I'm stamping with Early Espresso, which is the darkest brown. It's almost black. Okay, so first we're going to stamp these books, and we're going to stamp them almost off the bottom of our tag. So they're just hanging out on the little bookshelf. So stamp the books first, and then we're gonna stamp a birthday for the books right above it. And then above that, we're gonna stamp just for you. Is that not adorable? So make sure and like look through your stamps and say, okay, what goes here? Because they weren't necessarily in the same bundle or the same suite, but if that stamp did not go so cute with that paper, then I don't know what does. It's perfect. So now we're just gonna pop this tag up with our dimensionals, and we're gonna slide this is called the Garden Green Chevron ribbon. It's adorable. It's like 1/4 inch, and so it's just the cutest size. And it's also great for Christmas, so don't overlook it. It's all part of this Hobby Haven suite. And it's called Garden Green Chevron 1/4 inch. It's an 1/8 inch. Sorry, it's not a 1/4 inch, it's an 1/8 inch. So we're gonna pop this. I don't ever tie my strings through my tags. I just stick it down with a glue dot because faster. All right, and now the last thing we're gonna do is take some of these. These are called Earthy Matte Dots. They're also part of that suite. And I'm just gonna put some of these on my little card and just pep it up with a little dimension. So for the books, just for you, a birthday for the books. All right, now get ready for my Hobby Haven swap show. So I have so many cute cards with this. It's been very popular with the people that I trade with. And put these here. I've made this on a Facebook Live recently. This is a little swap that I made with some friends. Let me see. Here's another kind of steps down version of that gold embossed one. Let me grab this box. We've got swaps on swaps on swaps today. Let's see. We have Hobby Haven ones in here. Oh, yep. Here's some more. We've got Deep Breath. Another Friends Like You Are Golden. Here's one more. Super cute. So definitely a suite and set that you're not going to want to miss. And then here's a couple more that really use the back sides of the designer paper that really show you the versatility of that paper. So definitely add that Hobby Haven paper to your cart. I do think it's going to sell out because I just think it's catching on. It's very sweet. All right. Again, I've got lots more swaps, so don't go away. Stay to the end. All right. The last card is using our new Brushed with Beauty cardstock, and probably my favorite stamp set in the online exclusives release that we have most recently. This all went live November, so let me switch. So this bundle to me is indispensable. It's called Banner Sayings. It's got a triple banner punch, and it's also got a stamp set. We've used this in a few videos recently. There's basically thinking of you, there's birthday, there's congrats, and there's birthday, congrats, thinking of you, and thank you. All right, thank you, Patience. Isn't it cute? And see how I put that on display stamps with the paper? Gotta think outside the bookshelf. Okay, so the good news about this card is when you get this bundle, you can use any of these sentiments to make it whatever you want. And by the way, don't forget about other stamp sets. These tiny sentiments fit right in the banner punch. Okay, so when you see a tiny sentiment, think triple banner punch. All right, So just a little tip there. All right, so we are going to grab our final packet, which is somewhere. Oh, it fell on the floor. Hold on. So we're using some pretty colors here, drawn from that designer paper called Brushed with Beauty. And I'm using Mossy Meadow as my card base. Let's go ahead and pop our vanilla inside for good measure so that we can write on it. All right, so this is actually a card that I received from Candy Rattray, and also Jennifer Hill is who designed this card. Super cute. I love swapping with my demonstrator friends because I got so many cute ideas. So this is just a little piece of this Brushed with Beauty designer paper that gives a little frame for our cardstock and layer extravaganza. This is just layer on layer on layer, and it just really is fun. It's a fun layout. You could replicate it using other colors, but I would have honestly never probably come up with this on my own because I am not necessarily a designer. I like to see what I like and copy it. Doesn't that come together so cute with just all the different rectangles and layers? I just love it. All right, so there's your set of paper. This is the Brushed with Beauty, and this is also Brushed with Beauty. Now, this is from our most recent set of online exclusives. If you missed it, there's actually an online class from Stampin' Up! Using the Brushed with Beauty suite as well, so you can purchase that $30 class and take that bundle a lot further and get more out of it with that purchase. So I saw this and I was like, oh, I wonder if I have that. So just a tip, if you're not sure, go to the online store and type in dies, or on the little drop down menu, click dies, and then click see all, or all dies, I think is what it says. And you can scroll down, and lo and behold, I realized this was the Spotlight on Nature dies. And did I have it? I most certainly did. So don't underestimate what you see, and always just go to your online store, click dies, click all dies, and it'll show you exactly where that is. So now I'm going to take a scrap of crumb cake, and I will give you a tip on this triple banner punch. You may be tempted to cut a strip of paper and only punch one banner, but our punches like to punch symmetrically, and it just works better if you punch all three at once. So the ones that you're not using, you can grab your little sleeve and just tuck them in there. I'm going to put them with my Banner Sayings stamps, and then you may need those later. So you're not wasting, but it's just better on your punch if you do that. So we could use any number of things, but I love this stamp that says, consider yourself hugged. Who doesn't want to be hugged? At some point, even if you're not going through hard times, everyone loves hugs. So, and because it's Stampin' Up!, these stamps are going to fit exactly in these little banners. So, bam, isn't that the cutest? And then we're simply just going to zip this right on to our circle and line it up on the right hand side with that designer paper. So the last thing we're going to do is add some of these low profile sparkle dots. They come in green, pretty peacock, and yellow. Darling Duckling is that color. So, and they're just the perfect embellishment for this. I thought that was very clever. I probably would have never figured that out. Again, love my swaps. So consider yourself hugged. Triple banner punch, indispensable. Do not try to skip this one because obviously you can use it forever. Now I'm going to show you some more cards using the triple banner punch. My friend Patience made this cute card and is showing the reverse of that punch using it in a clever way. Here's one that I made multiples of in the different versions. I made this on Facebook Live, I think last week. So cue the confetti, consider yourself hugged, thinking of you. And then of course you can make it in all the different versions with that stamp set. So that's that. Now let me zip you through a number of stamps and cards using the just swaps, and some of them do use the stamp sets. So we've got a lot of projects, and they were bunched and grouped, but they got kind of messy, so I'm just going to go through them all at once. These are all cute sets available in the online exclusives. So if you're not shopping in the online exclusives, then you're missing out on so many cute things. This set is called Pop-Up Petals. This one is called Swirled Designs. Here's some more friendly foliage. Here are 3 from the Petals of Beauty. So pretty. Some more friendly foliage. Now this card, there's another Petals of Beauty. This card sold this bundle to 3 of my customers last night. We loved it. It's friendly foliage, but isn't that neat? It's just soft seafoam and gold. So nothing outrageously complicated, just a gorgeous set. Some more friendly foliage. This one set is called Delicate Framing. These are some of my team swaps. Jackie Pettit made this with that cute Christmas set. Sherry Simon, my mother. This is made by me with that Valentine Kisses. Judy Chapman made this gorgeous card. Paula Bobbitt here. My friend Jessica made this with one of the online exclusives. There's a little word situation going on there in the online exclusives. Some more Petals of Beauty. I'm not even sure what set this is from. Oops, there's another Hobby Haven. This is like a little woodland. I didn't even notice this until I started getting swaps with it. So that's the fun thing about swaps. All right, I've got another card. I've got a few more that landed on the floor. Pick these up. These are swaps and things. A Christmas card, another card using a new set. This is a very clever card. Petals of Beauty. Now this one is a gift card holder, so I thought that was very clever. Another friendly foliage, and my last friendly foliage card. So thanks for sticking around for that swap show. It's so fun. I've got to take pictures of all these so I can post photos of them. I got them right after I got back from out of town, so haven't done that yet. Reminder, card class. You can earn it by simply placing an order of $35 or more, and you'll get the card packets to make these 6 cards. They'll come to you in the mail. If you spend $50, you're going to get a free embellishment. This all needs to be done by Monday, November 24th. And don't forget to subscribe to my email newsletter so that you can get those free PDFs. And then message me if you want to sign up for this cute Christmas tags class where you're going to get to make 9 cute tags using that Festive Friends set. All right, guys, have a good day. Bye.